What's up, everybody? Coach Zai here. Excuse my room. It's a mess. I think I've said we're in the process of moving. Purple and gold, baby. Purple and gold. I could be like Stephen A. Smith, and what does he say? Orange and blue skies, baby. Purple and gold skies tonight. The Lakers win a must-win game, Game 3 at home. You guys, if you've been watching my videos, I'll always say the Staples Center. They remain undefeated at home in this playoffs, and they win 127-97. So much to talk about. So many emotions as a fan to start the game, um, and just a lot going on. A lot going on. Let's talk about it. AD was back. Um, Classic. Every other game, AD was there tonight. That was great to see. We'll talk about him a little bit more later. Let's talk about the Lakers starting lineup and the adjustments that Darvin Ham, Phil Handy, and this coaching staff made. I challenged them in my recap of Game 2. Boy, did they respond. Responded unbelievably. I thought they would take Austin Reeves out. I predicted that Rui would jump in the starting lineup. I thought that would be the adjustment. They would start to switch the screens. I was half right. They did switch a lot of screens tonight. The adjustment, though, was that no change in the starting lineup. Austin started on Curry, and Vanderbilt started on Draymond. You may think, why would you have your best on the ball defender guard Draymond Green? Let's think about Game 2, which I predicted after Game 1. Draymond Green controlled the show. He brought the ball up the court. He passed. He was able to set picks, and because they were giving him so much space, shooters came off, had open shots, like Klay Thompson. That's how he got going. And when they stepped up, Draymond was getting free runs to the rim because of how much space they were giving him before that, and he was able to make plays. Right away, Vanderbilt didn't let that happen, and that was what a call by Darvin Ham. Golf clap for that. Golf clap. Got to. What a call, whether that was Darvin, Phil, or whoever. Excellent call, man. Almost gets my hair spiked up because that's just an excellent call. Austin, I feel like I've been a little hard on Austin on Twitter and in my group chats. I love texting during the game. My friends probably hate me. I just send a million different emotions. Austin has now chased Desmond Bain, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson for almost two series now. He's probably fried. You can see it a little bit in his legs, sometimes in his jumper. Credit to him on Steph. He did pretty good tonight. I want to see him be able to make a little more open jumpers and be able to use his mid-range game a little more. Thought he did that in the second half, and that was excellent to see. So I'm going to calm down on Austin a little bit. I think that the veteran leadership of Tristan Thompson, which we could talk about Tristan all night. I think his impact is much bigger than you would think. And then LeBron, AD, obviously these guys are helping him along the way. So I'm not going to be too hard on Austin, but what a call by Darvin Ham and Phil Handy to start the game like that. Now let's talk about the start of the game. D'Lo came out on fire. Lakers made a run, and then Warriors make a huge run to end the first quarter and into the second quarter. And the score, I think, is 40-28. And I'm not sure LeBron James had taken a shot. He may have just missed his first shot, which was a pull-up on the left elbow. And he missed it to the right. And you're just kind of thinking, AD was kind of going through the motions. I thought Ham had played him too much in the first quarter. He got very tired. He was getting torched when the Warriors were on the run because he was just, his feet were stuck in the mud because he was so tired. He wasn't up hedging. He wasn't contesting. He wasn't making these guys be drivers. And he was caught in no man's land. And the Warriors, as I've said, when you make mistakes, they're the best team ever. When you make a mistake, it's 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, backdoor layup, backdoor dunk, 3 points. And there's nothing you can do about it, and that changed the entire game, 40-28. And I'm tweeting, did LeBron break his finger? Is he mad that Browning went to USC? Congrats to Browning for that, by the way. You know, is something going on at home? Is he pissed off at the coaches? But, you know, the more I think about the game, LeBron was dictating the game. He was throwing some great passes. You know, Dennis was cold to start the game. Other than D'Lo, nobody else was making a shot. AD went through about a 4-minute stretch where he missed some easy ones, and you just thought, as a Lakers fan, season's over. For a second, I had that thought. I thought the season was over. We're about to lose both games at home. It's a wrap. The run with LeBron James in LA is over, and that's what I thought. And then it clicked, baby. It clicked. I thought AD had a couple blocks, and the play where Moody grabbed him, and you can argue all you want about flagrant, not a flagrant. It looked like he grabbed him. The one angle didn't look as bad, but that's a flagrant foul in the playoffs. All day, I would, as a Lakers fan, I would say that's a flagrant foul if that happened to a Warriors guy. Just as I thought that Dennis Schroeder should have got, he should have got called for a flagrant grabbing Draymond. Those are flagrant fouls, right? Those are guys trying to gain an advantage. Um, but I thought that woke AD up. That was kind of the sign of, these guys are willing to do anything to slow you down. How are you going to respond? And he did that tonight. Final stat line, I believe, was like 25, 13, 4 blocks. So much better for him, very efficient. I still want to see him stay on the floor a little bit more. What I mean by that is he does a lot of post moves and he's going to the ground. You do watch a lot of reviews, and he is getting hammered. But I want to see him stay on the floor, maybe dunk a few of those. That's my challenge to AD. We'll talk a little bit more about AD because obviously his presence in Game 4 is going to be huge, and we know the trend. Let's talk about LeBron. Like I said, didn't take a shot until, basically the game was on the line. And then he just dominated the game for about 20 minutes with his pace, his passing, his defense, his running in transition. Hit some threes tonight. I mean, he looks good. And he looks like he's just picking and choosing his time so smart. Hustle back, got the one deflection, ran up in the 10th row. Like, he's LeBron James, 21, 8, and 8 maybe, something like that. I'm not going to complain about that. D'Lo had 21 in the first half, I think. I don't think he even scored in the second half. So a great first half for D'Lo. What I want to see from D'Lo is better passes. Some of these passes he's throwing at AD's ankles, he's not going to catch that. I want to see him, and I want to see D'Lo stay locked in for 4 quarters. But credit to D'Lo, he was balling. That one movie on Clay, the shot fakes, 360 spin, poof, nasty. And so, yeah, overall, I thought the Lakers played really good. I'll give them like a B plus. I don't think it was an A game. I thought too many missed free throws, and the first quarter was not great. But the second and third quarter, I give them an A for their energy, their defense, and obviously AD and LeBron carried them at that point. So credit to D'Lo for keeping us in the game. Credit for AD and LeBron for taking us home, which is what they should be doing. What will the Warriors do to adjust? Tonight they started JaMychal Green again. Another big adjustment by him. I almost missed this part. AD guarded JaMychal Green. What a call. What a call. What a call. That kind of took him out of the game. In the second half, second quarter to third quarter, you saw AD hedging on the screens, getting in the passing lane, deflections, recovering. Just great effort. So now what will the Warriors do to adjust? They look tired tonight. They should be tired. Kings game 7, and then back, just one day rest in all these games. They should be tired. It's going to be interesting. Like the scheduling for the NBA is terrible, and I feel bad. These teams should deserve rest. Do the Lakers have an advantage? Who would ever thought that back to, one day rest, the Lakers could have an advantage? They may have the advantage. I don't know. We're going to find out. Game 4 is the most important game in the series because for the Warriors fans, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're Steve Kerr, you went in the locker room and you just said, flush it, the series is on the line Monday night. Nobody even talks about this game if we go win on Monday. And that's the truth. And then they get to go back home. They could take we'll be having the same conversation just the other way around. We'll be talking about, is this a must-win game for the Lakers? Game 5, if the Warriors win Game 4. Just like if Game 4, obviously Game 5 will be a must-win, but the Warriors have to treat Game 4 like a must-win as well. It's just so interesting. The adjustments will be huge. Draymond has to stay on the floor. I tweeted. People probably think I'm crazy. Also, if you don't watch the Draymond Green podcast, I'm a big Michigan fan. I hate Draymond Green sometimes when he's on the floor and he talks like that, but he's an ultimate competitor. And obviously, as a Michigan fan, you just don't root for Michigan State players. The same goes back. But I've learned to love Draymond Green's podcast. He keeps it 100% real. He actually has tremendous knowledge of the game. So, if you go listen to that, I'm sure he's already posted about tonight's game, so I'll be watching it after this. I usually wait. It's one of the things I listen to talk about the series because he gives you free insight, right? I didn't watch it tonight. I thought that Draymond cost the Warriors with a technical. That game was third foul. He had to sit the rest of the half. And when he's not on the floor, the Warriors' defense is atrocious. It's terrible. He needs to be on the floor. Also, when Looney's on the floor on offense, he's not the same. He doesn't set as good screens. He doesn't roll. He doesn't play with the same pace that Draymond does. don't get me wrong, Looney rebounds and he's a horse when he's around the rim, but other than that, this is not a series for him. So Draymond, you got to be on the floor. But I tweeted, is Draymond the best player is he the not the best? Okay, don't get me wrong. Is he the most important player in the series? Kind of crazy to think about, but is he? He may be. It's wild to think about, but Draymond Green may be the most important player in the series. I'm just so excited that the Lakers are in contention. They look like they have a legitimate chance. Darvin Ham made some great adjustments. Phil Handy, Rui played good again. Lonnie Walker, we haven't even talked about Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker got in there, and I've been down on Lonnie a little bit because I think sometimes he thinks he thinks that he's an elite scorer in the NBA, and he can score that. Don't get me wrong, he can score that thing. But I thought the charge in what I saw from Lonnie was growth. 1-on-4 fast break, good move, little euro, but Draymond knew that was coming. Draymond takes the charge. That's what Draymond does. And right away, Lonnie didn't argue with the ref. He said, my bad. And that was growth to me. And then he started making some passes, picked and, hit a couple threes, a couple layups. Garbage time, he obviously played better, but hit 1 3, had a layup. I saw LeBron calling for the ball, and he made a layup. And that's the thing. LeBron doesn't ever get mad when you finish the play. But if you don't finish the play, that's when he'll get on you. But he made, that was just a big-time play. And I'm just thinking that was a great move by Darvin Ham. And Walker did a good job on defense. So I think that the Lakers have countered. What does Steve Kerr have up his sleeve? I don't know. I really don't know. That's the thing. I think the Lakers have the ability to counter more than the Warriors do. But what the Warriors have up their sleeve is three-point shooting. And they have the Splash Brothers. And they have championship DNA. So, I think they got to figure out a way to get Wiggins more involved. He hit a couple tough shots tonight. A couple threes. But it seems like that's all he's doing. They got to get him going downhill to the rim. I mean, he did have that monstrous dunk, even though when you watch on the replay, he kind of threw it in. He didn't really slam on the rim like some people are making it be, but still hell of a play. Should be on the top 10 plays. But they got to figure out a way of getting Wiggins downhill more. Got to get him more involved. Because that's the thing. You're going to get 20, maybe 30 from Curry and Clay. You need to get 20 out of Wiggins. If you can get 20 out of Wiggins, the Warriors will win the series. That's how I view it. And that's what they need to do. And a lot of times LeBron's guarding Wiggins. Make LeBron work. It's another thing, and this is a LeBron James thing, I think, because LeBron teams have done this every time they play him. They make Steph Curry work so hard on defense, it wears him down. This is what the Cavs did to the Warriors when they were up 3-1. The Lakers are doing that. They're hunting Curry. They're making him play defense. They're making him. Everybody that he guards is crashing the boards. They're making him box out. It's just another step, right? Another effort you have to make. I'm not saying Curry's not capable of making those efforts, but I thought Curry and Clay missed some shots tonight that were clearly, from fatigue. As I have fatigue. I'm up late, They just missed it from fatigue, and I think those little things add up after a while. So, what's crazy is I predicted the last 3 or 4 games in the NBA correct. The Heat won tonight. The Lakers win, so I think we're 4-0. What will I tell you? What happens next? I'm going to predict that the Phoenix Suns win again to make that 2-2. That's going to be a dogfight, though. But I'm going to say that Kevin Durant has his best shooting performance in the playoffs. I'm going to predict that the next time we have this video, the Lakers will be up 3-1 in just an absolute dogfight. But I think LeBron James wins the game. I think he has those moments, and I think LeBron James does that. And I think the Lakers role players play well again. But the Warriors will play much better. Don't get me wrong. Let's see. What else do we have? We have Philly, Boston. I'm going to say Philly wins game 4. 2-2 going back to Boston. And then I'll leave it at that. 2-2 going back to Boston. The Heat win game 4. They'll be up 3-1. And that series will be about over. They just have too much. Jimmy Butler looked much healthier. The Knicks can't beat them. I'm sorry. They're not going to win 7. They're not going to win 4 out of 7 games unless something happens. The Heat are kind of a wild card to make it out of the East. And I think they could win a couple games in the finals. They could keep it interesting depending on who they play. I just don't know if they have enough firepower to win it all. The Celtics are the only team in the East right now that have enough firepower to win it all. And the only reason I say that is because they are capable of making 20-some threes in a game. I don't know that the Celtics can beat any of the 4 teams in the West in a 7-game series right now, though. They do give matchup problems. I think that, like, if they play the Lakers, they give the Lakers some matchup problems. Anthony Davis also gives them some matchup problems, like he does everybody in the league. The Warriors, I think, mentally would beat the Celtics down. The Nuggets are the one team I told you that it was so important the Suns win games. And I'm not just picking the Suns for that reason. I think that with Chris Paul out, Devin Booker plays so much better. The pace of the game, and he can get to his spots. He doesn't feel like Chris Paul needs to bring the ball up the court when Chris Paul is out. That's nothing against Chris Paul. I'm just telling you what I've seen from Devin Booker without Chris Paul on the floor. And Kevin Durant's due for one of those 18 for 24, 6 of 7 from 3 with 15 free throws that he goes 14 of 15 from the line. So, 2-2. Right now, if I had to tell you who's going to win the championship, I'd put my money still on Golden State. Even though I'm telling you the Lakers are going to go up 3-1. I think they have the best chance because of their backcourt. And then I'm going to put the Nuggets right there. And then I'm going to put the Lakers. I think those three teams are very, very equal. And then I'll put the Celtics. Those are the four teams. Everybody else is outside looking in. The Suns are close because they have Durant and Booker. I mean, those dudes can combine for 80 on any given night with their defense and their depth. I mean, DeAndre Ayton looks like a straight bum. I mean, Tristan Thompson looks better than him. Shout out to Coach Thompson. When you see him, he's talking to the coaches, he's talking to the players. Coach Tristan Thompson, you heard me. Lakers fans, enjoy their night. We're up 2-1 on the defending champs. We own home court. We have a chance to take a demanding lead in the series, really just deflate the defending champs. But we're gonna get their best, and that's what's good about it. I think AD shows up in Game 4. I think he's tired of everybody saying that. I think he'll lay an egg in Game 5. But I think he shows up in Game 4. So I think he'll dominate Game 4 again. I think that the Lakers have a couple things still up their sleeve, and I think it just continues to fall on the role players. They're going to hustle. They're going to play D. LeBron is going to be LeBron. That's the thing. The consistencies for the Lakers should stay somewhat the same as long as AD stays the same. And we don't need 35. We need 20, 25 out of AD. 25. Give me a double-double with 4 or 5 blocks every game. Couple assists. I'm just so excited. Up 2-1. What a game. I mean, so many people were talking after the game, blah, 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 blah. But, Warriors are going to win the next 4, blah, 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 blah. Curry's going to cook. Stephen A. was talking about, Curry is the best point guard ever. You heard me say it without a question. But these people that are trying to put Curry in the same conversation with LeBron are crazy. The series is far from over, and if Curry wins another one, he does get put in some conversations that he shouldn't be in to begin with, but he does belong in those. But right now, I'd still argue that LeBron, is maybe the best player on the court most of the game. So AD obviously fills up the stat sheet, but we'll see what kind of adjustments. Jordan Poole was really bad tonight. The Warriors bench was really bad. Nobody kind of carried them when they needed it. Draymond, you got to be on the court, bro. Stay on the court. Make the series competitive. It's going to be interesting. What's the next chess move from the Warriors? What's the next chess move from the Lakers? And we've seen it now, right? After Game 1, the feel-out game, and that's why it was so important the Lakers win Game 1, is chess move by the Warriors. The Lakers had no adjustments in the game. Chess move by the Lakers in Game 3, the Warriors didn't really have an adjustment. Did the Warriors make the adjustment and the Lakers don't have a counter? I don't know. That's what makes it so interesting to watch. Appreciate everybody that hits the like button, the follow, the subscribe. I'm gonna keep doing these videos. I'm not as energetic tonight. My fiance is sleeping in her bed, but I just had to get on and talk about it. What a big win by the Lakers tonight. All around team effort, all around great defensive effort. Coaching staff, golf clap. AD, golf clap. Again, I keep telling you guys, it's not about LeBron and Curry. This is about AD and Curry. For 2 games now, AD's been the best player, and for 1 game, Steph Curry was the best player. It's 2-1, right? Who can get to 4 first? It's a great question, and it's about the role players, right? Again, when Curry was at his best, Draymond played good. Clay played good. Tonight, LeBron and AD played good. D'Lo played good for a stretch, right? And then you had Lonnie Walker played good for a stretch. And then I'm trying to think who else. Dennis came in off the bench. Even though Dennis did some dumb stuff tonight with missing free throws, missed the layup, stepped out of bounds, got a technical. He hit a couple threes. They were big, big shots. I thought at one point the Warriors cut it to about 9 or 10 there in the third quarter, and I said, here they come. And the Lakers got real sloppy, and Dennis bailed them out late in the shot clock, hit a three right in front of the Lakers bench. That shot was pivotal. That kind of put the dagger to the Warriors. Kind of like, man, everybody's making these shots right now. And then AD hit that runner, that little fadeaway in Steph's face. So a couple of those shots fell tonight. They should fall at home. Excuse me again. Time for me to go to bed. But I do appreciate it. Go Lakers. Got the Lakers gear on. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to watch Game 4. I really am. So much going on. So much chess pieces getting moved here. You got a good coaching staff. I've said that Steve Kerr is overrated, but there's a lot of things that he says and does that I respect. And, I heard Draymond the other day telling me he's talking so much about winning, and he's been around. He's won it a lot of that. We got to respect that. Darvin Ham is earning more and more trust to be the Lakers coach moving forward. He did a great job tonight. Sometimes with the lineups I get mad, but he did a great job. And coaching LeBron and coaching LA in the playoffs is not easy, I promise you that. We got a long way to go, though. As Kobe Bean Bryant would say, R.I.P. to a legend, job is not done. There's nothing to be happy about. The job is not done, and I hope LeBron went in and sent that message to these guys. Don't get too excited and said, AD, now is your time, baby. Go show you're the MVP. If for whatever reason they could take Game 3 and win, take Game 4 and then somehow go win Game 5, at least Game 6, and they could get the same amount of rest, if not maybe more than Denver does or Phoenix, that would be huge. But one game at a time, let's not even think about that. Enjoy the NBA playoffs. My Detroit Tigers are hot. It's about time I get on and start talking about them. Michigan basketball, Hunter Dickinson finally did transfer. I did mention this a little bit in my last video. I'm happy about that. But Juwan Howard is on the clock. He is very on the clock this year. I got the burner on. Just warm enough that you can feel it. Not boiling. It's not going to burn you yet, Juwan. But it's time for you to have swagger and to build a team that you want. No more. Stop trying to build a team through the transfer portal. Get a couple guys. Go recruit. Go be Juwan Howard. Get these guys to love you and play with some swagger. Other than that, Michigan football I've talked about. We'll talk about that coming up shortly. It's about that time of the year. We'll start talking about that. I've told you guys before my expectations for Michigan football. Other than that, Michigan lacrosse men's team, Big Ten championships, first time in the NCAA tournament. Congrats. Tip your cap to that. The Lakers up 2-1 on the Warriors, baby. Who would have said that when they started the season at 2-10? One last thing, and I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go to bed. Russell Westbrook was in attendance tonight. Russ, let me break it to you. You're not getting a ring, bro. You're not getting a ring. You don't deserve a ring. We were about to miss the playoffs when you're on the team, bro. We wouldn't even made the play-in. You went and you said, played freely, and you balled out in Clipper Nation, blah, blah, blah. You guys beat the Lakers in every regular season game like the Clippers do. And it just doesn't matter. There's no way if I'm the Lakers I'm sending them a ring. I'm probably sending them a ring pop. I'm going to send it in the nice fancy case and everything. It's going to be a little cherry flavored ring pop. That's what it's going to be for Russ. Same thing with Pat Bev. And if you don't watch the Pat Bev podcast, that's a good one. They're funny. Him and his co-host, I can't think of it, but the co-host is it's a great match. Credit to you guys. Tip your cap. I'm sending both of them ring pops. Send a red one to Pat Bev for the Chicago Nation because they both, especially when the Bulls, if you remember the first game, the Bulls beat them, and when Russ played decent, I just got to be myself. It's different. I don't got to worry about this, and this. And now they want rings when the Lakers are rolling and they think that could happen. Get out of here with that, man. You don't want that ring. And I know people are going to say, well, what is the right thing to do with that? In my opinion, the team should get to decide. If the team feels like somebody made an impact and helped them win a championship, they should have the right to send them a ring. If the team feels like we wouldn't have run a ring, we had to trade this guy. You're not getting a ring, bro. Getting a ring pop. Give him a quarter so he can go get a ring pop out of the machine. That's what you deserve to get. So Russ and Pat Bev, I don't want to hear that shit. You're not getting a ring. And if Rob Pelinka gives him a ring, I might be disappointed in Rob. And if anything, I'm the biggest supporter, other than Kobe Bryant, of Rob Pelinka. He has not been talked about enough. And I could go on and on. I could talk for another 40 minutes. That's how you know I'm a passionate Lakers fan. If you guys really watch this, you understand I know the game. And I'm a passionate Lakers fan. It is what it is. But Russ and Pat Bev, you ain't getting fucking rings. Makes me mad. Just gets me fired up thinking about it. Now I'm not going to be able to go to sleep. Because you're not getting a ring. That's some bum talk right there. I've been a big Russ fan my whole life. until the last couple years because now I think he's just padding the stats and that's all he cares about. He doesn't really want to play on a championship team. People will be like, oh, well, he balled out in the playoffs for the Clippers. Yeah, because he had the freedom to take shots and do whatever he wanted, and he was their best player on the court. When he has to be a role player, though, he's not willing to sacrifice his stats for that, and we saw that in Laker Nation the last year and a half. Overall, guys, we're excited. When you wake up in the morning, though, it's job's not done. And that's the biggest thing. I hope the Lakers are treatment, recovery, but film. And for Darvin Ham and Phil Handy and these guys, find something. Find another adjustment that you can gain the advantage on the Warriors and have a chance to put the champs in situations they're not good at. Put them down 3-1. Put the pressure on them. And let's see what happens. Great night. LA wins. We can sleep good. LeBron didn't take a shot for almost a quarter and for one whole quarter and a quarter of a quarter, if that makes sense to you, and still finished with 21, 8, and 8. Think about that at 38 years old. AD, brother, you can be the best player on both sides of the ball in the NBA playoffs. You might not go for 50 like some of these other guys, but you're so efficient, and when you control that paint, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Us Lakers fans, we love it. So, show up in Game 480. There it is. Time for me to go to bed. So, I appreciate you guys. You guys know the drill. Tell your loved ones you love them. Stay blessed. If you guys know, I'm superstitious. Warriors in 6. Coach Zai. Out.